Okay. Aiden Ross thinks Twitch should ban hot
I'm
tub
gonna flat
streams.
out and say it, bro. I don't know.
I do. I love this, dude. Aiden Ross going through the steps individually of like of radicalization and like doing like no fap and all this other dumb thinking that it's actually making him better as a person is pretty funny. He is now going back on it. Mr. I have a porn star in every episode that I've ever had is now like, actually I decided like no more hot tub streams, bro.
How many people are gonna back me on this? Twitch, I believe heavily. You know, I saw one person that lost a lot of money to gambling. You guys banned gambling. You guys moved on it quick. I think we have a problem, Twitch. I think there's the hot tub streams, bro. I think it should be banned from Twitch. I think
this is such a funny take, dude. This is like, first of all, are people even still doing hot tub streams? I feel like that meta is over. Why the are you complaining about like a dead meta? Is it? Are they still doing it? I feel like it's not as popping as it used to be. Is he like running out of content? So we just hitting the incel note? Is that what it is? He's just like, what can I say, bro? You idolize not only like an alleged trafficker who's currently in prison. Even if he didn't do and he just operated at like a webcam business, how do you still not see that inconsistency there? You know what I mean? Which he did. You know what I mean? He didn't run like an ethical webcam business. But even if he had, and he wasn't in prison right now, in detainment right now over it, if he just like ran a totally above board, normal, consensually conducted amongst adults webcam business, you still idolize him. It's just such a funny experience because it's like, you are so clearly, it's just misogyny. That's it. When you love the pimp, the guy that's doing the sex cam business, but you hate the women that are doing it on their own site, on their with their own control over their own lives. You're like, those people, they shouldn't be able to do that. But like, I also do love the GOAT, Mr. Andrew Tate himself. Hot tub streams at 4.7K viewers right now, lower than Football Manager 2023. There you go. Has Aiden ever actually listened to you? Yes, he does. He listens to me for 3.5 seconds. And he understands what I'm saying. And then immediately after, he listens to someone else and forgets everything I told him. Aiden Ross is like, yo, we need to ban hot tub streamers. Also Aiden Ross. But remember, this is him doing it. I think it's more like he's fine with like, when he says like, I want to ban hot tub streamers, he's saying like, it's only me that you should get the hot tub content from. You know what I mean? Only me. Only me. Only I get to do the hot tub content. You shouldn't be able to do the hot tub content on your own. And here, I'll use terms that Aiden will understand. If he keeps going down this pipeline, he's going to turn into like another Sneeko. He's just going to be banned from everything. He just needs to save himself. It's good that he's working out. It's good that he's like bettering himself. These are concepts that I'm on board with. But this like no fap, weird right-wing shit is not good. It's rotting his goddamn brain even further when it was already a crevice for the most part. You know what I mean? It was hollowed out. And now it's like there's just moss in there, you know? I mean, yeah, he literally did a hot tub stream. Choosing to listen to them more than people telling him they're wrong. He ultimately agrees with the taste side more, and that's why he listens to them more. Yeah. It's just a very funny take to just be like, yeah, dude, on God, we got to ban hot tub streams. I said, little bro just wants to corner the market. The way I see Aiden is like a vector. In the same way that I see Bradley Martin, who I think ultimately has like a much kinder heart, I would say, and is older, so he's a bit more mature than Aiden, like a lot more mature than Aiden. Like me and Ethan look at guys like this as like as not like an individual, but a person that is representative of broader perspectives. This is not one person. This is millions of people. There are a lot of young men who feel exactly the same way, who operate with the same mindset, who don't even think about it, okay? So if you can convert some people by individually constantly trying to engage in this war of attrition, trying to actively de-radicalize people, especially when they are when they're listening to you. I mean, I still shit on them. You know, it's not like I don't criticize them. I do. There are a lot of consumers who feel this way. There are a lot of men who feel this way, and this is a decent way to try and, tackle the problem. How do you not get tired of his dumb deaf ears? What do you mean, brother? I repeat the same thing a million times every single day. It is probably one of the most important parts of what I do is the repetition. This is all I do. Anyway, it might not be for you, but this is what I do. This is coming from the dude who has countless porn stars, OnlyFans girls on his stream. Make it seem like bait unless he plans on changing that up. Definitely still a fine line that a lot of these hot tub streamers ride on Twitch, though. Like, dude, come on, Jake Lucky. It doesn't matter. The hot tub meta is dead already to begin with. But ultimately, what is unethical about the hot tub meta? Like, who's it hurting? Here, Andrew Tate's Secret Society.
Chances are that 6 months ago, you didn't know who Andrew Tate was. And the chances are that now you do. Hello. Andrew Tate's a former kickboxer. He's now a social media influencer. Last year, he was more Googled than Donald Trump or Kim Kardashian, and his content's amassed hundreds of millions of views. His enthusiasm for misogyny, cars and wealth has delivered fame, thousands of fans, and many thousands of dollars. He's also being held in Romania as part of an investigation into rape and people trafficking. Tate denies all the allegations.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere?
And that clip we just heard, well, that was the journalist Matt Shea, who gained access.
How are we still milking Angry Tate? That's my answer to you. The only people that get this bent about like Andrew Tate coverage is like literally Andrew Tate fans who are just like, dude, come on, just stop. He got owned already, please.
Access to Tate's compound in Romania.
To get inside, I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's gonna lose, but
I'd rather milk this shit than talk about Ukraine not getting potentially German tanks, okay? This is like at least closer to my plane of existence. But it's also kind of fun at this point because he's, you know, in jail.
wow, he's actually in there.
Along with 100 Tate superfans.
Matt Shea, welcome to the Media Show.
Thank you.
You've made this film for Vice. It's called The Dangerous Rise of Andrew Tate. I wonder when you first decided to try and make contact with him.
Well, I was actually first brought onto this story by a brilliant journalist and producer called Jamie Tozin, who's been following Andrew Tate for years before he became famous. So by the time we were filming in his compound in Romania, were positioned in such a way that he was just, the calls for him to be deplatformed were just happening, and we had a kind of inside view of him and his inner circle dealing with that.
And how do you go about requesting access to Andrew Tate's compound and requesting an interview?
Well, I think Andrew Tate was and his team are quite aware of the fact that any publicity, even bad publicity, would help them, and that was perhaps one of the reasons they decided to let us in. I think what they didn't realize was that we were also simultaneously doing an investigation into him that ultimately led to us speaking to, for the first time, some of the women from his past who alleged that he raped and abused them.
And when he and his colleagues agreed to let you into his compound and to film, did they give you conditions? Did they say, well, you can do this, you can't do that, you can ask this, you can't ask that?
Well, we're always upfront with him that we would be making an objective documentary and telling all the facts as we saw them. But yes, when we were there, you know, there were attempts to control our access.
We're moving on from the pointing and laughing phase to the dancing on his grave phase. And let me tell you, this shit. Thank you. Leftists are like permanently concerned about like enjoying things. Like, why can't you just like, this is perhaps the most ethical way to consume it, because it's like, you know, he already is like facing legal consequences for his like horrifying actions. Like, why are you now mad that like we're having a little enjoyment out of this? You know, it was infinitely worse. It was infinitely worse months ago when he was not in prison. And he was just like running around and doing all this shit.
Chaperones constantly. We were told, don't go in there. That door's locked. If you try and go in there, someone will put a gun in your face. We had, you know, sort of tall, scary, intimidating, strong men behind us when we were interviewing everyone, monitoring our questions and all of that. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on to speak about your film. And Andrew Tate's story more broadly connects directly to how media content is made, distributed, moderated and consumed. And we're going to spend today's edition of The Media Show understanding that with the help of Matt Shea, but also with Helen Lewis, who's staff writer at The Atlantic, also presenter of the recent BBC podcast series, The New Gurus, which looks at online personalities with big followings. Hi, Helen. Would you consider Andrew Tate a form of guru?
Oh,
It's going to be fun he gets proven innocent, Lamau, yeah, that'll definitely mean that he was definitely proven innocent. If anything, it'll be funny because, like, you know, he literally said he could bribe his way out of a Romanian prison, and that'll just be the truth again. But, like, if you actually unironically think he didn't do any of the shit that he's, like, locked up for, I don't know what to tell you. He has literally admitted to things and has also, like, tried to educate others on doing similar things for years and years and years. So I don't know what else you need, but I guess you don't really need anything. You're just at that point, you know what I mean? Piker's can admit to all this shit on camera, and his fan base will still be like, nah.
Absolutely. He fits very firmly into what's known as the kind of manosphere. So these are a suite of gurus who attempt to tell young men how to live. And, you know, there is a very strong ideology behind them, which is that as a form of masculinity has been lost. And, you know, having watched Matt's excellent documentary, the thing that strikes me is it's very much like a 13-year-old boy's idea of what it means to be a man. A guy goes up and introduces himself, my name's Alpha Wolf. And how Matt did not laugh at that point. But it's like so much stuff on the internet where it is both ironic and not ironic, in the sense that they're saying
that was one of my favorite moments, dude. I swear to God, it was one of, like, when the guy, unironically, like a 50-year-old man, a whole ass adult, you know what I mean? Just this accountant looking ass mother. I'm Alpha Wolf. Like, bro, are you? What? Something has failed in your life so severely for you to behave this way.
I'm a misogynist, you know. Of course, everyone calls me a misogynist, and there's understood to be a performance there.
By the way, leftist people who are like, why are we doing this still? Me, are feeding into the same exact shit that, like, Andrew Tate stands are doing in here by being like, bro, you're riding his dick so hard. So enjoy that. Enjoy your moment when you get upset about this coverage, because you and the Andrew Tate stan fan base is in unison, operating in the same way at that point.
But it is also serious at the same time. And that's something I think journalism really struggles to grapple with, is saying that someone is putting on a show for you, but underneath the show there is something nasty going on at the same time.
So
No,